So I'm getting ready to watch episode 22 of season 1 of Attack on Titan. This is the final entry in the 6-episode arc, the 57th Expedition Beyond the Walls. At the end of episode 21, the Eren form of Titan had just fought with the mysterious female Titan, and she'd pretty much karate chopped his head off, chomped his human form out of the Titan form, swallowed him, and taken off. So I have no idea how this is going to turn out or where she's going. But I have to imagine Eren is going to survive this chomping, just like he survived his first chomping. So maybe he's the first double chomped survivor. Maybe he's not. I don't know. This story's hard to predict. But we're going to get into it, and we are going to see exactly how the chompination plays out and how this story arc wraps up. And also at the end of episode 21, it looked like pretty much the entire Levi squad had been wiped out with the exception of Levi. Considering that Eren was chomped by the female Titan, it looks like the only one left from the Levi squad might be Levi. Gunther got his first, then we saw Aluo, Petra, Eldo. We saw everybody come up short. So maybe there is no more Levi squad other than Levi now. But we do know that Levi has sort of made contact with Mikasa, and the two of them are together. So Levi and Mikasa, if they get along, that's a squad all on its own, right? I just want to see where Eren winds up. Like, I hope that they don't totally wait till later for us to have that discovery of exactly where Eren winds up after being chomped by the female Titan. But sometimes stories will make you wait a little while for that payoff. Sometimes they pay it off right away. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, and here we're getting into it. The title of this episode is The Defeated. And I think that describes pretty much all of the Survey Corps at this point. Okay, so Levi and Mikasa are still moving forward. I thought maybe Levi was taking her back to the retreat position, but he was ordered to follow the Titan. And, you know, I kind of get the idea that Levi follows orders pretty well. And Mikasa is still dedicated to the principle that Eren is still alive, that he's been captured and not killed. And, you know, I agree with her 100%, so I'm glad to hear her saying that. Yeah, looks like she swallowed him whole. Very little chewing went on there. So if Eren is in the stomach, we've seen him survive in the stomach before. The question is, what are Levi and Mikasa going to be able to do about it? Like, are they just going to tail her back to her secret hideout, the her here, of course, that female Titan, or are they going to try to stop her in her tracks and perhaps get killed just like everybody else who's tried to stop her in her tracks? Personally, I think the best idea is just to tail her at a distance, see where she ends up, wait till they declare themselves, or she declares herself, and we see Eren in whatever place they want him, and that's when it might be good for Levi and Mikasa to try to swoop in and rescue, or at the very least gain some information. But it looks like Levi's not going to be patient. He and Mikasa are already coming up with a plan to actually rescue Eren before he gets to whatever the destination is. And I guess if there are two people who can work together and pull it off, it would be Mikasa and Levi. Like, I still haven't decided which one is the better Titan butt kicker. Like, Levi has definitely got more experience, but my goodness, Mikasa is a natural at it from everything we've seen. So with the two of them paired up, well, that's probably the best two you could ask for in this situation. But so far, nothing has gone according to plan, so I'm pessimistic that they'll be able to stop this female Titan. Oh, whoa, it's like a sonic spin dash there. That was an amazing maneuver, Levi. Oh my goodness, unlike anything I've seen so far in the Titan fighting. Yeah, we're getting to see like full unleashed Levi. He's just whipping around her like a buzzsaw. Hitting all kinds of weak spots, moving so quickly she can't anticipate his strike to use her stone skin technique. Wow, Levi, he's not only everything advertised, I think he's a little bit better than I expected. This is just, I'm awestruck with Levi's technique here. The speed, the accuracy, the relentlessness makes Mikasa look like she just came out of cadet school, which I guess she did. She clearly can't match Levi's technique. So I take back everything I said about I wonder which one is the better butt kicker. I think this duo in action right here tells us that at least for the moment, Levi's outclassed Mikasa. But, you know, she's got time. She's got time to develop. And she did her job well. You know, her job was not to do the slashing and the gashing. But wow, that not only worked, it worked pretty flawlessly and super quick. They've already retrieved the goo-covered Eren from the Titan's gullet. Now what do they do with the female Titan? I say you've got Eren. Get out of there. You can always try to come back and fight the female Titan again on another day. Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. Looks like they're getting the heck out of Dodge and leaving her sort of stunned and debilitated for the moment. It really looks like the good thing for her to do would be to leave that Titan form at that point in time. Just left motionless in the forest. Good move, man, Levi. Wow, I'm impressed. That guy is a whole nother level. See, that's what I thought the whole episode would be over. You know, I thought that's what the whole episode would be about, but boom, there you go. It's done. I say, if Levi had been a Titan shifter, this whole story could have been over 15 minutes into the first episode, right? Wow. Oh, it looks like we're visiting some family and loved ones of these fallen Corps members. Oh, gee, come on. I was just all excited. And now you're stabbing me in the heart here. Heartbreaking. Of course, it's something that I've complimented about this show before. They're not going to let you just sit back and take joy in death and killing and war. Like, war's not something to be celebrated. Oh, man. And it just lets you think you're ready to sit back and cheer the hero's victory like so many other shows would do, but they got to immediately remind you the consequences. You're not going to be pumped up to take a foolish attitude by being a Attack on Titan fan is what I think the creators want to say. Make sure never to skip over the somberness of the fallen here. A very well thought out and responsible approach from this show. I think a lot of shows could take a lesson from this. Too many shows, stories, movies, books, whatever, revel in the violence without bringing our attention back to the cost. Wow, my Bluetooth headphones just picked up like a police walkie-talkie or something. I wonder if that comes through in the recording. I'm going to go ahead and mute that Bluetooth channel. Survivor's guilt here. Connie having a little bit of that survivor's guilt. Looks like maybe some from Sasha here too. But with the Levi squad wiped out, I'm glad some of our familiar cadets are at least still around. Wow, they couldn't even recover the remains. Oh, geez, heartbreaker. Are they going to lie to the families? I'm kind of getting the idea that instead of telling the families that they're confirmed dead, that they're just going to say missing and leave them that false hope. I don't know, Erwin. That seems sort of unnecessarily cruel. Wow, they're arguing over even the recovery of the fallen. They're heartbroken. They're being really emotional here. Something I haven't seen Captain Levi do is be emotional. So he's cool in the moment. And he speaks rational truth. Doesn't matter whether or not you have the body. If you saw him die, that's a confirmed death. Dead is dead. Yeah, this guy is really having a difficult time sort of reconciling the cool, cold, rational logic of Erwin and Levi there when he really wants to behave emotionally. Oh, so a little information about the Survey Corps wagons. I like that. We got horses before. Now we're getting information about the wagons. Cool. So it looks like even though Eren has been recovered, he's got a bandage on his head. That's sort of the storytelling. That's the storytelling shortcut for saying he's not feeling so hot. You got the bandage on your head. Oh, we got some abnormal. So they're still outside the walls. They haven't made it back to safety yet? So this is still their retreat. They're being pursued in their retreat. Okay, I get it. I thought that little powwow we saw was already behind the walls. So they're going to try to rely on the speed of the horses and the wagons rather than confrontation. They're going to try evasion. Uh-oh. Guy fell off the back of the horse. Oh, no. And though these are abnormals, oh man, this guy's running like he's trying to give himself a hug the whole way. Even though these are abnormals, at least they're not like the female Titan. Like these should be a bit more straightforward. Not that there's any such thing as an easy Titan to fight against, but you know, they'd probably rather face 5 or 6 of these Titans than one of that female Titan. Oh, a chomp. There was the squirmy legs before the chomp, too. Uh-oh. Oh. Well, I thought these would be easier to confront. Who was that? Was that Mikasa? Somebody came in and saved this guy from a chomp. Yeah, it's Mikasa. Even though she can't do the whole lightning attacks like Levi did, she's still a tough cookie. I have no less respect for her fighting ability. I'm just awestruck by how amazing Levi was when he took himself off the chain, so to speak, and had at him. Yeah, Levi's, I think, trying to make a point about being logical and rational. You can only die once. An emotional attachment to the bodies of the fallen aren't worth more people dying for. So I guess they're just trying to lose some of the load, lighten the load so they can move more quickly. Because I don't think the bodies are actually working very well as a projectile or anything to slow down the Titans. I think it's just an issue of decreasing the mass on the wagon. Painful for those troopers that are tossed them off of there, but I don't see any other choice. I'm sure they'll be happy to get out of this big open stretch of grassland here. Oh, this has got to be so rough on these soldiers. Like, you have the pain of the loss, of the defeat, and the pain of losing your friends and your colleagues, maybe even family members, and then you're still being sort of harried and attacked during your withdrawal and your retreat. Like, you haven't just lost, but you're continuing to be beaten all the way back to a safe position. But that was a nice move. This seemingly unemotional robot here, Levi, did get at least the Survey Corps patch. So his friend has something, some kind of, I don't know if you'd call it a memorial for his fallen colleague. See the tears hit the soil. Focusing on this blue flower. I wonder if that flower is representative of something. Oh, it's a flashback. Okay. Now, are we going to get something juicy here in this flashback? Back to before the attack on Shigansina. Back when Eren was just daydreaming about joining the Survey Corps. Oh, is this a flashback to that really sad return of the Survey Corps that we saw in the first episode, where the mother's just given the remnants of her son's body, the whole confrontation that they died for nothing? Yeah, it looks like we're getting those exact same images. But we're getting to see it from a different perspective now. We've actually been out with the Survey Corps when they've become defeated, seeing how high the casualties were there, and we can absolutely relate to it better now, having been out in the field with them. Showing Eren's emotional response to it 5 years ago, so I guess we'll get to see how he responds to it today. And there he is standing in a Survey Corps cloak, so it's like we're seeing present-day Eren look through Eren of the past's eyes and have a response to this. Okay, looks like he's come out of his concussion, or whatever you want to call it. Mikasa back there. So this whole 6-episode battle with the female Titan, still absolutely clueless on who she is. So that's another ominous mystery going to be hanging over my head for the rest of this season, or beyond. So despite this very, very costly defeat, this failed expedition, the situation where Erwin gambled and lost, at least they're back to the safety of the walls. And it really, really, really does echo that return of the Survey Corps in the first episode. Now I'm wondering if we'll ever get some insight into exactly what happened to them 5 years ago outside of the walls. Because that happened before the colossal titan showed up and attacked the walls. I wonder if they did something to provoke this attack, or they discovered something. I'm kind of wanting to get more information about that expedition in episode 1 that I didn't really consider being all that big a deal at the time. Now, having been out in the field, so to speak, at least, bird's eye view with the Survey Corps, now I'm curious about the significance of that first expedition. Well, not first, but the one from episode 1. And he sees the admiration from the children, once again an echo to where he used to be. I wonder if that hits him hard, like he wants to discourage those children from being like he was. Oh, Petra's father. Oh, this is going to be sad. How's Levi going to handle it? Oh my goodness. Breaking my heart here watching Petra's father talk to Levi. And he's just stone-faced and quiet. Let's hear what he has to say. Oh, people hounding Erwin for questions about this expedition. He's, like I said before, he gambled, and it looks to me like he lost in a big way. So he's got to deal with these questions when he gets back. Looks like the political power of the Survey Corps, I don't know if power is the right word, but the political support of the Survey Corps is taking a big hit from this failed gamble from Erwin. Oh, they're going to have to come to the capital to answer for their failure. Oh no! Oh no! So this failed, and that means they have to give Aaron back to the military police. This is bad news for Aaron. Really bad news. So now I wonder what the heck is going to happen. Like, how are they going to get... How's Aaron going to get out of... Man, poor Aaron just can't get ahead. He's from one impossible tight squeeze to the next. We had a few episodes of hope here when he was with the Survey Corps, and then that's all dashed. Hearts are broken all the way around. Like, they've given us a couple of triumphant moments. Like, it felt kind of triumphant at the end of 16. It felt kind of triumphant here at the beginning of 22. But then it all falls apart, and you see the cost, and they keep reminding us that there's nothing to get too excited about this death and this conflict and this war. And poor Aaron just can't catch a break. This is not going to be a smooth ride through to the end of the season, is it? Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. I'm going to be back in hopefully in a couple of days with a full review of the second half of this expedition arc, episodes 20, 21, and 22. And then we'll be wrapping up the season with that final 3-episode arc, and then we'll have some OVAs to go into after the season's over before we get into season 2. So knowing that, I guess I'll just say, see you later.